Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So we're not quite done yet with our car modeling series. Today we're going to model some shocks. Here we go. Okay everybody, so we're in my 2020 and as part of our car modeling series we're going to be doing part of a suspension system. To be exact, we're going to create some shocks, and I actually did a video on that years ago. Problem was it was not as detailed as the one I'm going to do today, and also it was not in my 2020, right? So that said, let's get started. We're going to take a polygon cylinder. We're going to open up the attribute editor. We're going to set that to a subdivision level of 8. We'll set the caps to 0, and then we'll go in here and we'll right click, go to face, delete, and delete, and there we go. We're going to go to vertex, drag select, W to raise it up to about there, and then these will hit R and we'll kind of scale that in. That would be about right. And maybe a bit longer, but we'll see. But for now, it's fine. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to create polygon primitives, and we're going to select a pipe, right? And let me just turn off the grid here for a second. Right. So we're going to hit E to rotate. We're going to hold down J. We're going to flip it down like so. Hit W, push it down, and then we're going to open up the attribute editor again. And let's set this to. Let's eyeball that. Let's see. That should be fine, right? So I need to rotate this a little bit because I need to connect this guy up, and for that I want 3 faces basically looking up, right? So I'm going to kind of level that out, not kind of, but level that exactly like so. That should be fine. And then we're going to minimize this, look at the overall proportions. That looks about right. Yeah, I would say, yeah. We're going to go in here, go to face, I'm going to hold down the tab key, and we're going to select these 3, delete them, and then we're going to go to object mode, select both, and go to mesh and combine. And we need to do that because we're going to do a target weld, right? Okay, and let's see if we need to rotate this guy. We probably might need to. I'm pretty sure of it actually. So I should have done that before, so let's go to mesh and separate. Take this guy, we're going to rotate it, and that would make a lot more sense. Let me just make sure that's properly aligned here. All right. Okay, now we can connect that up. So we're going to go to mesh and combine, and the next thing we're going to do is go to target weld, right? So this guy right here. So we're going to take this one, drag it there. We're going to take that one, drag it there. That one's going to go here. Be careful with that one. That one will go there. We'll go there. We'll go there. There. And there. Okay. Cool, cool. Q on the keyboard, object mode. Let's hit 3 to preview smooth and have a look. All right, so that's not bad. Of course, the edges are way too rounded, so we'll fix that. Hit 1 to go back. And what we're going to do here is we're going to go in to edge, double click. Nope, hit shift, not caps lock, sorry. So we got that, and let's see what we'll do here is we'll include these, and we'll include these. All right, and then we're going to bevel that, and let's go to 0.2. I would say that should be all right. Let's put in 2 segments, and that should make a big difference. Let's hit 3 to preview smooth. Looking a lot better, right? 1 to go back, and I might even want to harden that edge a little bit. So we'll take that edge, and we'll take that edge, and we'll hit a bevel once again. Let's do 0.1 on that. And then let's go in and we'll take this guy and we'll bevel that as well. right? Let's do 0.2 on that, and let's do 2 segments on that as well. And there we go. And we'll go to 3 to preview smooth again. That looks a lot better. Okay, nice. All right, good. So now that we have that, and I'm actually thinking about putting a line in here. Let me just do that. Insert edge loop. We're going to go and put in one manually, and we'll kind of drop that in here just to reinforce that, and maybe even slightly extrude that. Hit Q on the keyboard. We're going to go to face. All right, Control E to extrude. 0.01, absolute minimum, right? So if we hit 3, there you go. Yeah, I kind of like that look. It's nice and clean, right? Kind of looks a little bit like a weld, which is good. Alrighty, so now that we have that, what we're going to do next is we're going to start with the details at the bottom there. Here we're going to insert a pipe. So create polygon primitives, we'll do a pipe. E to rotate, hold down J, flip it down like so. We're going to hit W, we're going to move it down. We want that to fit inside here. So hit 4 for wireframe mode, yeah. And we're just going to snap that into place here. All right. And of course we need to make it much smaller. It's supposed to fit in there, all right? Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to have a look at how far it's sticking out. So from this view, we're going to go in here, we're going to hit 4, we're going to hit F to frame, and we're going to hit W and then X to snap it, like so, which is good. Now we can hit R, we can kind of pull that out a little bit, and although we're not going to see it, I want it to be kind of as accurate as possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit W, we're going to move this out here, we're going to hit insert edge loop, multiple and 1, which will put it exactly in the middle. Yeah, hit Q on the keyboard, and actually we want one in here as well. So right there, yeah. Then we're going to go in here, we're going to jump to this view, Q on the keyboard, right click vertex, drag select, and we're going to hit R to scale, and we're going to push it in like so. All right. That looks fine. We need to bevel those edges. I'm trying to go fairly quickly because I don't want this to be a 2-hour video. So here we go. And oops, we're doing a lot more detail than I would normally do. So that's why. Okay. So we got that. Yeah, we're gonna bevel. Let's do 0.2, I would say, and then 2 segments would be good. Yeah. So if we smooth this guy out, it would look like that, which is fine. And actually, let's do that. Let's go to mesh and smooth to actually smooth that out. Yeah. Then I'm going to put it back in place. Hit W. We're going to hold on X. And there you go. Right. So I think it's a good fit. We could go slightly, very, very slightly bigger, but not more than that. Okay, that looks fine. All right, so now that we have that, next thing we need to do is put in another piece of pipe, basically. So again, we're going to go to polygon primitives. We're going to get a pipe. We're going to hit E to rotate, hold down J, flip it on the side like so. We'll hit W, we'll move it down. So W to move that down. We're going to hold down V to snap that, yeah. F to frame. And then we're going to go in here. We're going to scale that down, of course, way down. Pull it out for a second so we can see what's going on. R to scale down even a bit more. And what we want to do there is basically create a little pipe situation. So we're going to pull that out. I want this to be a bit thinner. So we're going to go into the attribute editor, and the thickness, let's do 0.2. That would be about right. Let's get it into proportion. Let's do that from here, F to frame. Get get that out of the way. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. After frame. And we're going to hit W, we're going to hold down V, put it in there, hit R to scale it out. Okay, and looks about right. And then we're going to scale the whole thing up a little bit. Like so. Let's push that in a little bit, like so. And then if we hit 3, you're going to see that it smooths that out. We don't want that, of course. So we're going to go into Edge, double click, Shift, double click, Shift, double click, and Shift, double click. Bevel that, 0.01, hit Enter. Segments, no need for that. Let's try 3 again. Yeah, it looks fine. So we're going to go to Mesh and Smooth to actually smooth. And then hit 1 to go back. Yeah, there we are. Okay, looks good. All right, so now we have that. What's next? So we need a ring, and we need basically a bolt on this, right? So for a ring, that's, again, create polygon primitives. We'll do a pipe. We'll then hit W. We'll move it down. E to rotate, hold down J, like so. W to move out, R to scale in. And we are going to make this slightly bigger. Hit W, we're gonna hold down V once again, get it in there. Hit W, move it out like so. All right, so now we have that. We're gonna pull that out a little bit. We're gonna hit R, we're gonna scale that down to a bit more than that. I would say something like this. That would be fine, yeah. We're going to go in here. We're going to go into right-click edge, double-click, shift, double-click, and shift, double-click. I think I got that one. Yeah. We're going to bevel that. Let's do 0.2, which is fine. Segments, we don't need to do that. Let's hit 3 to preview smooth, which is fine. Let's go to mesh and smooth to actually smooth. And there you have it. And then we're going to hit 1 to go back. All right. Okay, so we have that. Now what we can do next is we're going to take this guy. We're going to hit W. We're going to pull that out. We'll take this guy, pull that out. And you get the idea. We're going to try to do a situation where all the parts are sticking out, basically. Yeah. All right, something like that. And then we want to have some kind of bolt situation going on there, right? Now I want to have a rounded head on it. So we're going to do a sphere. We're going to pull that out. We're going to E to rotate. We're going to hold down J, and we're going to flip it on its side. Then we're going to hit Control A, open up the attribute editor. Let's set this to a subdivision level of 8 by 8. Close that down. Then we're going to cut it in half, basically. So right-click on a face, drag, select, and delete that. Then I'm going to flip it back on its side. Hold down J, flip it like so. Jump to the top after frame, and actually I need to grab the edges from the perspective view first. Right click at the edge, and there we go. Then we're going to go in here, we're going to extrude that. Let's give that some offset. Which would be, I would say, around there, yeah. And let me just move this out of the way for a second, just to get some space. All right. Okay, then what we're going to do is we are going to tweak this a little bit. So I'm going to go in here to vertex, right? I'm going to go in here, and what I'm going to do is hit W to move it. I'm going to hold on X, and I'm just going to start to snap this, all right? Like so. And then we'll go in here, we'll go in here, in here, in here, right? Okay, now that we have that, we're gonna take those vertices and we're gonna hit R and we're gonna scale that in. Let me just get all of them, sorry. We're gonna scale that in, all right? And then we're gonna take 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're gonna pull that out till we get something like that. Now from a height point of view, this will be off, so we need to sort that, right? Let me just first make sure that this is about proportionate, and it is, yeah. Okay, so now from this point of view, like I said, we need to sort that out. So we're gonna pull that up, come on. All of it, yeah. We're gonna snap that up here, and then we're gonna go to edge mode, after frame, right click, go to edge, double click, Control A to extrude, W to pull down. Something like that, yeah. And then G to repeat, R to scale, pull that in. That should be about right. And then G to repeat and W to push up, like that. And we're not going to be looking inside there, so this should be fine. Okay, now we need to tweak the proportions a little bit. So let's do that. We're going to go to vertex. We're going to drag select. Let's bring that in. That would be about right. Okay, then we're going to take the whole thing up. Just pull it up like so. F to frame, and we're going to snap those vertices back down again by holding down X, and that looks about right. Yep. Okay, so now that we have that, let's see if we can add any detail that we still need. Let's take this guy, push it down, not too far. We don't want to cut that in. Let's leave that alone. We'll take this guy, we'll bevel that, 0.1. And then let's see, we'll take this guy, and we need to bevel that as well, 0.1. And if we do a preview smooth, we might need to bevel this one as well, hit 3. Okay, yeah, we do. So we're going to go in here, we're going to go to edge, this guy, bevel that, 0.01. That should make a big difference. And 3. Okay. Now if you want hard edges here, like these guys, what you can do is go in here and take this one, that one, and that one, right? And then hit bevel on that. Let's go to 0.01. Should hold the shape a bit better if you smooth it, right? So if you hit 3, you kind of have that angular situation going on. And I might even want to go in and do the others as well, just to make it look more symmetrical. 0.01. All right, go in here, 3 to preview smooth. Yeah, it looks a lot better. 1 to go back, mesh and smooth to actually smooth, and there you have it. Let's see if we got any n-gons here. I don't think so. Let's see, 4, 4, 4. Yeah, we do have triangles, which is okay. And if you are not happy with that, you can obviously sort that. And yeah, we don't have to, but you could. What you could do is go in here, go into face, basically select this area right here, and then oops, go back 1, increase that selection. So basically you got this selected, cut that out, and then take the multi-cut tool and connect it up again. So fill hole and do that. But we don't need to because we don't have any n-gons. This is not going to be deformed. It's not going to be animated, so it's okay, right? All right. Okay, we're going to work on this guy. This guy hasn't been actually smoothed out yet. So if I hit 1 to go back, you'll see that we've got this situation. So I'm going to go in here to mesh and smooth to actually smooth it. And now we're going to go in. Subdivision 1, I would say, is fine, unless it's too square, but I think it's okay. Yeah, so that's fine. We're going to go in here. We're going to right click at the edge, double click, Control E to extrude, R to scale in. And we're going to go in not too far, to about there, I would say. And then we're going to G to repeat, W, we're going to go up. I'm just looking to see whether this is too thick, and I think it's a little bit. So let me just go back, bring that in a bit further. Then G to repeat, W to pull up, and that's better. All right. So let's look at this view right here and see how far we need to go up. That would be quite a bit, I would say, to about there. And what I'll do is I'll hold down X so we can snap it. I think maybe, yeah, something like that. That'd be fine. Now we want this to hold shape, obviously. So, and this is already smooth, but we're going to go in here. We're going to get an edge, double click. And we'll actually do that here as well. And we're going to bevel that 0.01, maybe 0.04. Looks 0.2. There you go. Looks better. Okay, 2 subdivisions. There you have it. So that's good so far. Then on the top there, what we need to do is we need to bring that in, and there's going to be a threaded end there. So we'll go in here, we'll get an edge, we'll double click on that, Control E to extrude, R to scale in again to about there, I would say, and then G to repeat, W to push up. And let's look at the overall proportions again. And that would be about right, maybe even a bit less, like so, all right? Okay. After frame, then what we're going to do next is we're going to go and close that up. And for that, we're going to do extrude. Let's bring that in. G to repeat, bring that in. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go to mesh and fill hole. And then we're going to go to the modeling toolkit, take the multi-cut tool, and we're just going to connect that up, right? Just to get rid of any n-gons. And the easier way or the quicker way to do it is go to Control Z, oops, hit Q on your keyboard, go to mesh and fill hole, and then select that face and go to edit mesh and poke, which will basically give you the same setup, right? So no n-gons, all right. So now that we have that, we need to have a thread at the top there. Now, normally you would create a thread and then you would work your way down, but this is going to be a very minute detail that we're not going to see. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to take a helix. So I'm going to go to plugin primitives. We'll take a helix, which is right there, yeah. And we're going to hit W. We're going to raise that up. After frame that, open up the attribute editor. Let's take a number of coils, I would say about 30. Then we're going to take the radius 0.02. We'll take the height, let's do 5. That would be a bit much, but we're going to scale it down, of course. Then we're going to go to object mode. We're going to hit R. We're going to scale it way down. And we'll take it from this view. And let's see how far we are with that, right? Push it up like so. After frame. Okay, we need to come in a bit. And we need to tweak it a bit. So the radius, 0.04 maybe, which is a bit better, yeah. Then we are going to hit R. Let's do the number of subdivisions here to 3. That's better. And just, we don't really need to clean up polygons here because it's not a low poly model, but if you want to, you can go in here, click on this, and then take that entire face row there and delete it. So we got that. We're gonna go in here, we're gonna hit R, we're gonna basically push that in here, right? Okay, we'll take the whole thing, we'll hit W and move it up. And maybe we want to increase the number of coils to, let's say, 50. That looks better. And then tweak the overall height a little bit to 4. Raise the whole thing up. There you have it. Okay. Alrighty, so let's have a look. So that's your threaded end there. Okay. So now that we have that, let's focus on not the spring, not just yet, because we can't do the spring just yet. We need to focus on the other end. For that, we're going to borrow a piece, of course. Why model something twice if you don't have to? So we're going to take this guy, Control D to duplicate, W to move over, like so. Then we're going to right click, go to face. We're going to drag select all of this, get rid of that. We'll take this, get rid of that, and this is what we're going to work with, right? So we're going to take it, we're going to hit E to rotate, flip it around until it's facing upward, like so. Yeah, we're going to get this guy on top. So we're going to hit W, we're going to move that up, F to frame, and we want it aligned from this view as well, of course. So let's hold down X and snap it over here, like so. And then we need to clean that up a little bit more. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, and we're going to right click, go to face. We're going to drag select this, and then this we need to straighten out. So for that, we're going to go up to here, after frame. We're going to go to vertex, and we're going to start to snap these, right? So we're going to snap down, and we'll take that and snap down. That's going to go up, that's going to go up, that's going to go up, down, down, and down. All right. Okay, so now that we have that, and of course we will be tweaking this a little bit more in a minute. We'll be making it a little bit more round, but we'll get there in a second. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a ring, and again we can borrow that from down here. Let's take that, Control D to duplicate, W to move up. Let's move that up here. Let's hit E to rotate, hold down J and flip it. And then from the top here, we're going to hit W, we're going to hold down X. For wireframe mode. And let's see where we're at. Okay, so this needs to be quite large. That of course is going to be on top here, but we are going to move that out in a minute. Sorry about the noise, big plane coming over. So we're going to put that here for now. And then we kind of need to tweak this guy to make it a bit rounder, and this guy needs to be a bit bigger, right? Okay, so let's scale this guy. So it's kind of right there, that's fine. And then we're going to go in here and we're going to tweak the shape of this guy to make it a bit more round, right? So we're going to go in, we're going to go to vertex, we're going to take that one and that one. Let's hit R. Wow, whole bunch of planes. I'm just not sure what's going on there, guys. Maybe some training exercise, Air Force or something, which is cool. Let me do that from here. Right, that looks a little bit better. Then I need to straighten that out from the bottom. Maybe not, looks okay. We're gonna take this guy, we're gonna hit W, we're gonna raise that up just a little and scale it out just a little. Okay, let's see if the proportions are still okay. So far, not bad. Right. So now we're going to take these two and we're going to hit W and we're going to bring that down here to, I would say, about there. Yeah, like so. And then it's time to think about our coil. Now we want to have these components up here as well. So we're going to hit Control D to duplicate. We're going to move that up. Yeah. F to frame. And let's just make sure that we're aligned like so. Yeah. So that's fine. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to create our coil, our spring. Yeah. So for that, we're going to take a helix. Let's go to create. We're going to go to polygon primitives. We're going to go to helix. And there you go. We're going to move that up. We need to do a lot of tweaking here, of course. So open up the attribute editor. I would say number of coils about 30. The height needs to be changed quite a bit, of course. And we'll tweak that in a second. Let me just go in here and let's worry about the diameter first, right? So let's go over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to set the radius to 0.2, which looks better, I would say. Number of coils is a bit high, so let's go to 20, maybe even less, 15. 15 looks good. We're going to raise that up. And we need to get that fitting, of course. And what I think I'll do here is I'll just stretch it out a little bit. So we're going to hit R. And we're going to stretch that. Hit W, bring it down just a little. And from a width point of view, I think that looks all right. It's not bad. Let's hit 3 to preview smooth. So I'll get something looking like that, right? Okay, guys, and there you have it. Well, yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video, as always. Let me know if you got any requests related to cars, and I would happily do a video on that. That said, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Definitely hit that sub button if you don't want to miss out on future videos. And thank you so much for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.